Hello everyone, today I am here to share all of the books I acquired over the past couple months. I didn't do a book haul last month because I didn't have a ton of books and I still don't, which is more than okay with me, but I thought, hey, it's been a couple months, let's do a book haul. And this video is so kindly sponsored by Book of the Month. Book of the Month is an online book service for readers, you guessed it. They provide a curated selection of new and early release books every single month. There are 5 selections every single month at the beginning of the month that members can totally choose from. They range from a variety of genres, like romance, mystery, literary fiction, nonfiction. Sometimes there's YA in there. Like, the genres are endless in Book of the Month, honestly. Like I said, there's 5 selections each month for members to choose from, and in case the 5 selections are released and you're not feeling any of the books, because sometimes that happens, you can skip a month and without any penalty at all just pick up the next month. Maybe you can even get a couple more. And also you can add on add-ons as well. You can either do like an extra book, you can go on their backlog because they have all of their selections they've ever had on their site, as well as some additional ones. They do like a couple add-ons every single month as well. So if you want to check out Book of the Month, you can use the code Bookables at checkout to get your first book for only $9.99. For an adult hardback, that's an amazing price. You don't want to miss it. I really love Book of the Month. I love their selections, and sometimes I can guess the selections. Sometimes I have no clue what the books are, but it's interesting and fun, and I really, like I said, enjoy the selections they choose every single month usually. So all the links, if you want to learn more about Book of the Month, will be down below. So the first books I will be talking about today in this video are, of course, the June selections. I'm going to start with the one I'm most excited about, and that is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. She is one of my favorite authors. I've read every single one of her books. I've done a whole author video on her, so I think a lot of us are very much anticipating this book. So this one I don't know much about, which is totally okay with me because, like I said, I love her books. I know it takes place in Malibu in 1983, and it's about a whole bunch of siblings, and it's about the night of a family, the night they have to choose who they will keep from the people who made them and what will leave them behind. So I don't want to read, I usually am all about reading the synopsis. This one, I just want to go into it and just experience it. So I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of family drama, things like that, but either way, I am so excited for it. And then another selection that I was pleasantly surprised by is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. I've read both of her books before. They're YA. I believe this one is also YA, and The Sun is Also a Star is one of my favorite YA category books of all time. So I'm so excited this is in here, and the cover is beautiful. This one, again, I don't know much about. It's about a character named Evie who doesn't believe in love, and so she finds herself at this dance studio, and she is learning to dance with a boy named X, and he's adventurous, and falling for X is definitely not what she had in mind. If her visions of heartbreak have taught her anything, is to escape, but she and X dance around and towards each other as she's forced to question all that she thought she knew about love and life. And the end is love worth the risk. So it's been a long time since she's written a book, so I'm excited for it. And we have a thriller, and that is The Maidens by Alex McCallis. I can't pronounce this author's name, I apologize. Spellbinding tale of psychological suspense weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. So yeah, that's all I want to know about it. Like I said, I like reading synopses and stuff like that, but with thrillers in particular, I try not to read too much because I feel like it might give you too much of it, if that makes any sense. So this author also wrote The Silent Patient. If I'm not mistaken, I read that last year, and I didn't really love it, so I'll have to see how I feel about this one. My friend, however, loved The Silent Patient, so she might want to borrow this and read it for herself. Then we have a literary fiction, I believe, and that is called Sky Falling by Mia Mackenzie. In this novel, a probing examination of the complexities of family, queerness, race, and community. A woman who's used to going solo discovers that there's always one relationship that she can't run from. So it sounds like it's going to be interesting. You have a prickly narrator and a cast of characters. And yeah, this novel is a clever, moving portrait of a woman and the relationship she thought that she could live without, because that's very interesting. That's very important, relationships. The last book, I don't know if it's YA or not. I'm gonna have to do some research on it, but the cover is amazing, and that is Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. So she has also written the Ash Princess series, which I know is YA. So this one is the Lady of Shalott reclaims her story in this bold feminist reimagining of the Arthurian, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, myth from the best-selling author of Ash Princess. So I think it's about like a retelling, or maybe reimagining of King Arthur. Elaine must decide how far she's willing to change destiny and what is she willing to sacrifice along the way. So, I mean, this does seem like it's YA. I'm going to have to research it to figure out if it is. I'll put it up right here if it's not. Or if it is, let you know more of it. But it does sound interesting. And it's fantastical, I would say. It's fantasy, I'd probably say, which I have not been reading a lot of these past couple years. So will this get read? I don't know. Needless to say, I'm very excited for the selections this month. There are 2 definitively that I will be reading this month, both with the really teal covers, because summer is almost here and I'm really, really happy. So like I said, now's a great time to check out Book of the Month. Use the code Bookables, get your first book for only $9.99. All the information will be down below for you to check it out and learn more. So yeah, let's get on to the rest of the books I acquired over these past couple of months. So I didn't buy like any books over these past couple months, but one. I know, it's really unlike me. I think I've just been so preoccupied with like other stuff, baby stuff, and I just haven't been purchasing books, but I just made a huge order. So that should be for next month's haul. So there will be lots of books in that one. So be rest assured on that one. But yeah, I've only purchased 1 book in these past couple months. Yeah. And that is Life's Too Short by Abby Hamezin. I read this a couple months ago, really enjoyed it. It's about a girl named Vanessa who is a big travel star, like YouTuber, and basically she learns that her sister had a baby and her sister like doesn't want to take care of the baby, so she decides to take care of the newborn baby, and she meets like her hot neighbor guy and they become friends. And Vanessa doesn't want anything else more because her family has a history of ALS and both her like mother and her other sister have died from it really early, so she knows she's not going to have a long life, so she knows that she cannot get involved with this guy at all. But of course things happen. It's an amazing book. I really loved it, but it is a touch on the sad side. But so I would highly recommend checking this one out, but that's the only one I purchased. Moving on, the rest are from publishers. I don't have that many. I haven't been receiving a lot of book mail either, which is, you know, good and bad thing. I've been reading so much on my e-reader. It's insanity. Like I'd say 90% of my reading is e-reading. So there's that. But anyway, moving on. From Berkeley, I got sent The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary, which again, I read a couple months ago. This is about 2 characters named Addie and Dylan who met 4 years ago, fell in love, and then they broke up. So we kind of go back and forth through time. And so now they're going on road trips to this wedding, and somehow they end up like getting in a car wreck with each other, so they all have to ride together to this wedding, and you kind of go over their relationship. You know, her sister's there, his best friend's there. It's kind of like just a really deep dive into the relationship of why they got together, why they broke up. Is there a chance for reconciliation? And I really enjoyed it. If you love road trip books, would check this one out. From Disney, I have Gamora and Nebula, Sisters in Arms by Mackenzie Lee. I actually just did a video with my husband of our top 10 favorite Marvel movies for this book, and it was really fun doing that because I love Marvel movies and so does he, so it was fun talking about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If so, we'll do more. But this one is the second book in the series. The first one was Loki, Where Mischief Lies, so this is just fun. It's about Gamora and Nebula when they're teenagers and they're both trying to impress Thanos, their, you know, dad. And you know, it's just a fun type of book. It's just a fun type of book thing. I'm a sucker for Marvel. I know some people don't enjoy it, but I'm all for it. That's just me. Then from Gallery Books, I have another book I've read, so I'm proud of myself. A lot of these I have read on my e-reader, and I actually have a copy, and that is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. This is their latest book, and it's a really fun book. It's about a single mom named Jessica Davis who is going good with her life. She has a daughter, but the dad's not in the picture, but she's always looking for love. And then she hears about like this new kind of app program DNA thing where you like do a spit swab and you can be matched up with someone. And so she's like, what do I have to lose? I'll do it. And who does she get matched up with? Like have a really high match level with, because you can match with multiple people, is the company's like owner named, I think his name is River. They don't get along. They're really opposites. They're like, well, how can we be matched? We don't like each other. But the company is new. So they're like, hey, can you guys, since you're like such a really high epic level match, because there's like certain percentages, can you guys just like get to know each other? There's no strings, no pressure. You don't have to actually date, but just get to know each other so it can help like publicize our whole company and we'll pay you. And so she's a single mom, so she's like, yeah, I can do that. And of course, as they get to know one another, they learn that maybe there are actually feelings involved. It was super cute. I really enjoyed it. I did a whole video a couple months ago on Christina Lauren books. So in case you want to hear about every single one of their books, which was my favorite, which was my least favorite, etc., check that video out. But I did like this one and it's high up on my list. Oh, I just realized I have 2 copies of the same book. So Source Books Fire actually sent me both the ARC and the actual copy of The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. So maybe I'll do a giveaway for this one because I just did a huge unhaul and I maybe need to do a giveaway for ARCs and stuff. But yeah, this is Practical Magic meets Twister, which love both of those great 90s movies. They're both 90s movies, I think. I hope so. But this one really appeals to me because it's really seasonal. And what am I but a seasonal person? I am so seasonal. It's insanity. Like, you know, people that annoy you with their seasonalist, like their seasonal ways, that's me 1000%. So this is about witches that have maintained their climate. So we have autumn. Clara wants nothing to do with their power, and winter, and spring, and you know, I think it's about different seasons and the different witches that have powers with that season. I don't know, I'm really interested in it, and it sounds like such a great fall read, and I won't have time to read this fall because baby's coming, so I might need to read it this summer. I mean, like, I don't know, I'm a sucker for anything that's kind of even remotely compared to Practical Magic. In books, I have Twice Shy by Sarah Hoggle. Again, I have read this, so I'm doing decent. I'm not adding a lot to my TBR pile in this video, thank God, because my TBR shelf hates me right now. This is a book about a character named Maybelle who is not really enjoying her life. She works at this job, she didn't have a lot of friends, but then she learns that her great aunt has passed away and left her estate, and she visited there a long time ago and fell in love with the estate. So she's like, this is my ticket out, like I can go to this place and start a new life and everything's great. And she goes there and the estate is very dilapidated. It's not doing very well. And not only that, but she learns that there's a groundskeeper that lives there that has also inherited the house. They both have to share the house, and they both have very, very different opinions of what they want to do with the house. She wants to maybe make it like a new hotel. He wants to make it an animal sanctuary, and they just butt heads on that a lot. The whole book is about them fixing up the house and have feelings for each other. It's like a Hallmark movie in a book, but I really liked it. It's a very cute, I wouldn't even call it enemies to lovers, kind of friends to lovers. It's a very cautious friendship at first that develops into more. It's super cute, great summer read, super short, would recommend it. So from Cork Books, I have, let me see if I can say this, Lythyrocopy. This word right here, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, I apologize. And Other Chronic Illnesses by Kristen O'Neill. So this one is very interesting. Did you know, wait, what is this? Bridge, did you turn into a werewolf in an Olive Garden? And what about it? It's like a text message. I mean, there's worse places to turn into a werewolf than Olive Garden. I'd be happy. I'd be feasting on pasta all the time. So this is Teen Wolf meets Emergency Contact in this debut novel. So it's about a girl named Priya who works at who dreams to go to Stanford, but chronic Lyme disease. And Priya has a friend named Bridget, but then Bridget goes offline. She tries to find her, and she learns that there's a werewolf about and that it might be Bridget. So it sounds like it's going to be a fun and interesting book, and the cover really is appealing to me. I like werewolves. I'm a big Buffy fan. I really want to check it out. And I have from William Amaro, Anyway for You by Abby Greaves. This one seems like such a epic, sprawling, heart-wrenching love story, which I have to be in the mood for, if I'm honest with you. So this book, it's about one woman's decade-long search to reconnect with the love of her life who disappeared without a trace. So we have this woman trying to find this guy, and she always leaves a note, or she always is standing by the subway that says a sign that says, "Come home, Jim." And then a reporter kind of decides to go into more detail of this story. And so, you know, they go with that. It's a tender and immensely moving novel about the enduring power of love and finding happiness in unexpected places. So it also reminds me a lot of The Last Letter from Your Lover by Jojo Moyes, where it's like a reporter figures out something, they try to figure out the whole backstory of what exactly happened. So I haven't heard anybody talk about this, so let me know. And then the last 5 books I have are all from Simon. I love Simon. And the last 5 books I have are all from Simon. I've actually read a couple of them, so that's really great. The first one being Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson. It's her newest one. It's about these 2 characters that are best friends that get they have an adventure in New York City. They get separated, they can't contact each other, and they just both have an epic night in New York City with crazy misadventures and, you know, things like that. It's very Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, Adventures of Babysitting, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, all those kind of really great New York stories where it's all told in one night. It's a fun book. I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun. And then another one they sent me that I've already read is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This one is about a girl that is obsessed with rom-coms, aka me. No, it's not about me. It might as well though. And she re-meets this guy that she had a really big crush on when she was younger, and he's now back in her life, and she's like, I really want to get together with this guy. So she asked her neighbor Wes, she's very annoyed by all the time, to like help her like get in with him and things like that. And you can guess how it's going to go. It's very predictable, very cheesy, but I really enjoyed it. It's super cute. If you're a rom-com lover, I think you'll really enjoy this. Each chapter has a header of like a quote from a rom-com movie, which I love so much. I mean, like it says Bridget Jones and Mark Darcy, Harry and Sally, Tom Hanks and everyone. That's our main character, Liz Buxbaum and question mark. It's cute. It's a cheesy, kind of juvenile YA contemporary, but I really liked it. Then I have an arc of Deb Coletti's newest book coming out, One Great Lie. I've read one book by her. So this is a girl named Charlotte who wins a scholarship to a writing workshop in Venice. And so she goes there and it's this eerie island, and she discovers the long lost work of Isabella, this famous author of this author of a really famous poem. She thinks it might be this author. And it's what's promised to be a summer filled of romance and mystery becomes something more as Charlotte confronts some deep truths about the history of powerful men and the determination of creative girls. So very interested in this one. Any book set in like Italy and Venice, like I'm down for that. And another book they sent me is Made in Korea by Sarah Sook, which I love the cover of this one. This is about Valerie, who with her cousin runs this company called V&CK Beauty, and their school's most successful student-run enterprise. And then we have a new kid in class, Wes, who's determined to pursue music after graduation. And then his classmates clamor to buy the K-pop branded beauty products his mom gave him to make new friends. And he sees an opportunity, one that may be key to helping him pay for his music school tuition he knows his parents won't cover, but now he is V&C's K-Beauty's biggest competitor. So obviously you have Valerie and Wes that are butting heads against each other, but it's probably going to be a classic enemies to lovers book, which I am all for. Oh, the last book's actually not from Simon. It's from Wednesday again. I apologize. And this is Slingshot by Mercedes Helwin. I love the cover of this one. So this one is set in a boarding school, I believe, in the swamps of Florida. That's what it says. And she saves this new kid at school, and her loner world collapsed, and it's a debut story about two people finding each other and screwing it all up. See also soulmates, stupidity, sex, friendship, bad poetry, very bad decisions, and the indignities of being in love for the first time. So I am a sucker for YA contemporary anytime, but especially during the spring and summer. So there you have it. Those are all the books I acquired over the past couple months. Again, not a lot. I'm not mad about it because my TBR shelf, as usual, is always filled to the brim. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in more of what books I acquire on my e-reader, because I do acquire a lot every single month, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share them with you every month. I just didn't think you'd be interested in that, but it is what it is. Let me know. Thank you again so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.